happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Johnson and this is Rhys Thomas from SY Homes. Rhys is one of the owners and directors of the business, and as you can see from his photo, he likes nothing more than being on site with a hard hat and a pair of solid boots.
Thanks, Suze. I'm Rhys. We're a family-run business working with talented tradespeople. The people we work with are hugely important to us. We look for people with the best skills to deliver a perfect finish, but we also look for people whose company we enjoy. You also need to be a team player. You can learn a lot on the job, but you need to start with the right attitude.
So what are the jobs in construction? Some careers in construction are more traditional and have been around for years, like being a brickie or an electrician. Other careers are more recent, like focusing on biodiversity on the building site, using computer animated design to model a building, or using social media to market a new housing development.
Some jobs on site are very physical, some are really creative. You might want to get your hands on the tools or behind the wheel of large plant and machinery. Or you might see yourself leading the purchasing process and negotiating the best prices for materials and wages.
It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night, I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do will make me feel alright. You know I work all day.
As you can see from these videos taken on our building site in Shrewsbury, there's a wide variety of careers to choose from. So what do you need to consider when you're choosing a career?
Consider your environment. Are you prepared to get your hands dirty? A building site is dusty, noisy, can be cold and wet, or it can be amazing to be working outside on a sunny day. You're on your feet, always moving, not sitting down. But there are also jobs requiring computer skills, sitting quietly and concentrating.
Money. How much do you want to earn, and how much do the jobs you're interested in pay? To earn more, are you prepared to train further, take additional qualifications? Maybe you need to work longer hours, and maybe you want to become a supervisor.
Is there a demand for your job? Will you always be working and earning? With a career in construction, people will always need new houses or renovating existing buildings. When the government has targets to meet, there will always be jobs in construction.
A career in construction involves working with people, your teammates, your supervisors and the clients that you're working for. House builders are building homes for real people, shaping real people's lives. We caught up with some of our crew on site to find out how their careers started.
So I went to college in North Wales to pursue a rugby career, then went to Hertford University, played a high standard of rugby, didn't quite make it, so then ended up coming back home in my last year of uni, got a diploma of higher education, decided not to take up teaching and go into a trade. My brother was a plumber, so I thought the next best thing, well, the better thing is an electrician, so I went into the electrician trade. I've just started with CLE Electrics from Newtown. They're quite locally based, so that was good. I start college in September, 1 day a week, and not really sure yet because I haven't started it, but I'm sure I'll find out. It'll be more of the technical side of stuff and the information. At the moment I'm learning all the practical side of it, going quite well. So, yeah, I'd say do what you want to do because there's always time to change, and as long as you're always learning something new.
So my career in construction started when I was 17. I actually joined the army. I was a medic on the front line for 4.5 years. So I've always worked in male-orientated jobs. When I come out, I was going to go into nursing, but my dad owned his own construction business. So I worked for my dad as a bricklayer for a few years. I then got into surveying, and I was an asbestos surveyor for 5 years. And then I've just recently switched to sprinkler systems, where I'm a quality manager for Sprinklers Direct. So obviously training that I did for the army was an army qualification. And then when I went to college, I got a level 3 in health studies. I did go to uni and study psychology. And then courses since then, I've done a P405 and a P403 and a P402 and a 4 for my asbestos. I've got a tank licence.
Has it ever phased you being in such a male-dominated industry?
No, as I said, I've done it since I was 17, so it's something that I've always done and I just get on with. To be fair, I do get on with the lads quite well on site, and yeah, it's fine. Just follow what you're really interested in. Don't be scared to try something. If it doesn't work, there's always plenty of other opportunities to try other things.
To be fair, I wasn't what I was planning on doing to begin with, but my brother-in-law was a carpenter, and I was just talking about different trades and that, and what, if it's worth it, what's the money like and stuff. And you learn a lot of skills at construction because you pick up other trades as well. It's quite good, like. It's not just plastering, carpentry, say, plumbing. You pick up little bits as you're working. And I went through an apprenticeship where they train you on site. So you do like, I was doing 5 days on site and then 1 day at college. So like you're getting hands-on experience as well as like the paperwork and stuff like that at college. The pay isn't great to start with, you're training, aren't you? So, but it does, the more experience you get, the more you do it. That's when you can start earning some half-decent money. So I think sort of, you're going to be working around other people, so being able to work with others, a bit of banter on site and that, which is good, like. And just being willing to like help each other out, say we're a team, aren't we? So sometimes we'll have trades behind you, trades before you. Just talking with them, communication, just so you help each other out, makes the job easier. Getting up early in the morning, if you want to get, to get the money in, you've got to start early. I suppose if you're not an early person, getting up early in the morning. Sometimes you might be working a bit further away as well. So I'd say that's probably the worst thing if you're not a morning person.
So my career started many years ago now. I had a family member who owned a scaffolding business at the time. I did some work experience there and I met a quantity surveyor. Had no idea about the role at the time. Spent a few days with him and decided that was what I'd like to do. So having left school, I went into A-levels, didn't really enjoy that. So I left and enrolled into more of a vocational course, which was a foundation degree in construction and construction management. And then from there, I went on to a degree at BCU, which was part-time. So I worked day release from a job with a regional building contractor. So I did 4 days a week with the contractor and then a day a week of study at university. Someone once told me that a quantity surveyor could be described as an accountant for a construction company. It is a very varied role. It can go from being very much isolated, head down, measuring quantities of materials, pricing jobs to establish what the construction cost of a building project can be. It can involve quite a lot of negotiation through procurement of trades and materials. It is a very personable job, lots of relationships on varying levels. You can go from speaking to tradesmen on site one day and to the next you could be sat in a meeting with developers third-party stakeholders that could involve, banks, funds, leaseholders of maybe some large properties that are, then being taken off developers. So, yeah, a very varied role, but I think, one that really opens your eyes to lots of different things.
I was first a labourer, now I've turned into a site foreman, so I control the site. Everyone, just organise everything for everyone, make sure everything's running smooth. You basically up and down, you're making sure that the site's running, everyone got what they need, deliveries are getting sorted, so kind of near enough everything really. I do checkbooks as well, making sure that people are here just for safety reasons, so just in case there was a fire and I'm not sure who's here, who's not, so I got to make sure everyone's signed in and all of this stuff. Well, first of all, you need a safety card, which is a CSCS card, to make sure that you know the rules and regulation of working on site, so the safety reasons of it. So that's the first thing you need, because we need to know that you know your safety rules. I wouldn't say it's dangerous if you know what you are doing and you know. That's why the risk assessment is very, very important to know and to already go, because you have to do the course, a CSCS card course and risk assessment course and all of this stuff. So it's not a dangerous thing if you know all of that. Mm-hmm. It's dangerous if you don't have any of that and you're just scattering about and doing what you think is best for you. Because there could be some lifting that might be not as dangerous as something's falling on you or anything. It's not always that extreme. Could be like lifting where you're hurting your back because you wasn't sure how much you can lift and all this stuff. Yeah. So it's at a balance if you don't know what you're doing, and if you know the risk, then I don't think it's a dangerous place, to be fair.
So I left school. I went to a military college for a bit, left that, and then I went to a college to electrical. Through electrical, I met a lad who got me into a company to get my CSCS card, doing dry lining and suspended ceilings, and I left because I got a call offering a better job, doing concreting, and now I do concrete full time. I just enjoy it, it's my favourite job. I mean, working on site, I feel like it's where I actually belong. I mean, obviously out of all the jobs I've done, concrete is where I fit in, I enjoy it, I know what I'm doing now. Training courses are always helpful, such as CSCS card, health and safety. Obviously get all your tickets, there's lots of training courses out there for everyone can learn different things, and it'll only help you progress in life. I mean, if you don't do any training for anything, you're not going to learn, you're not going to know what you're doing.
And you can transfer it to other industries.
Yeah, of course, it doesn't have to stay in one trade, does it? You can use anything, it's what's the word, like you said, transferable, you can use it anywhere. Yeah, my advice is if you don't know what you want to do, you just need to, don't stress it in it. I had no clue what I wanted to do when I left school. I was literally bricking it, I had no clue what I wanted to do, and just try and find what you think calls you, something will call your name and something will shout out to you, whether it's working on a building site, whether it's working in an office. But working on a building site, there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of things you can do, and there's literally a job for everyone, anyone and everyone.
So everyone's experience is different. Career paths are not always in a straight line, and people join the construction industry at different points. But there are some key themes that came up.
That's right, Suze. The first thing you need to work on a building site is a CSCS card, Construction Skills Certification Scheme. This covers the basic elements of health and safety and prove that you are safe to work on site. You will need to sit a test, and then you will receive a card which you should carry on you at all times. You get all this information online. Another option is the CPCS card, which is the Construction Plant Competence Scheme. This is to ensure drivers are competent and safe on site.
We heard people talk about A-levels, college, vocational courses, part-time degrees and university degrees. The takeaway from all of this is to get that initial card. Be prepared to try different trades. You might be surprised and try something new. And look into the training that you're going to need to enter the career that you want. We caught up with some business owners on site to find out what they're looking for in an apprentice and employees.
So I am Steve Baker. I have worked in the render industry for nearly 20 years and I'm the owner of MB Facades. From a school I would say it's conscientious, hard-working, reliable, trustworthy. As much as anything, you know, my customers want reliable and trustworthy, so I want that from my staff. Most of my staff have all obviously been renderers at some point. They then evolve into estimators or contracts managers or contract supervisors, so they go from actually putting the stuff on the wall to actually supervising the people putting the stuff on the wall, and then ultimately you get into contracts management, which is where you're overseeing 3 or 4 supervisors running 3 or 4 jobs effectively. So,
And what kind of skills would a supervisor need?
good communicator, good organiser, planning ahead. You know, that's what I always ask with my supervisors. The best supervisors are thinking, what am I doing this time next week? Not what am I doing tomorrow or what am I doing today in certain circumstances. The best supervisors and the ones that go on to be good contracts managers are the ones that are always thinking 1, 2, 3 weeks in advance. So a typical day, depends where you are, I guess. With rendering, unfortunately, you're very rarely going to get all your work local. So you might have to travel. So, for example, my lads here are travelling best part of an hour and 40 minutes every day. So they leave home at 7, get here for sort of 8:30, 9 o'clock, work till sort of 3:30, and then it's usually set off for home around sort of 3:30, 4 o'clock. Obviously, it's 12 months a year rendering. It's, you know, there's no sort of off season, so it can be quite tough in the winter months with the wind and rain. You have to factor in the rain on wet days. Obviously, you potentially don't earn if you're working as a subcontractor. So that is definitely something you need to factor in. The winter months you need to make your money in the summer and store some for the winter.
Hi, my name's Tom Savage and I'm project lead here at Old Coleham Court and equity partner of SY Homes. Once I finished my apprenticeship, I went travelling for a little bit, and then I came home and I thought, right, it's time to get going now with this sort of electrical career. So I set up my own limited company, and that company's been going now for 16 years. And we carry out all the electrical works for in-house for SY Homes. I guess if you're in a team sport already, that'll help you massively in sort of our industry, because I guess when the guys come to site, you know, these guys will work with each other all the time, and they have to get on and they have to work as a team. And if one team member is slacking, it affects the rest of the teams. So I think if you've already got, if you're already in a football team or rugby team or anything like that, that'll help you massively in this industry. I think from my side is you have to choose a career that you really enjoy and you're passionate about, and you know you enjoy doing it. And I think regardless, however I go home with stress and don't want to go back to site, I don't think I'd change it, because I love my career. I love, you know, the journey that we're on at the minute, and you know, and it's something to be proud of at SY Homes. You know, we're building these outstanding developments, getting awards. So it's yeah, no, I wouldn't change it. It's amazing to be part of.
So let's recap on some of the skills that employers are looking for and your teammates need. Well, that's it from us. Thanks for watching.
We look forward to seeing you on a building site soon. Yechi da.
Know that you need it and try to believe it. till